In this video, I will be sharing with you my 5 secrets for helping my beginner adult piano and keyboard learning students to succeed. My name is Jeremy C, and I have been teaching as well as performing on the piano as well as the keyboard for the past 25 years, and I have had more than 200 students. And in my channel, I have made close to 300 videos with tutorials, tips, as well as lessons and reviews on digital pianos and keyboards. Firstly, let's get the elephant out of the room. There is no doubt that learning the piano is not gonna be an easy task. It is not a walk in the park. It takes a significant amount of effort, time, and commitment. But my oldest student is 93 years old this year, and she is coping very well learning on her piano. So if you are younger than that, I'm sure you would have no problems catching up with her. There is this misconception floating out there that adults learn slower than younger children, and I am gonna debunk that because in my 25 years of teaching, I can see significantly that adults learn better than younger people. That is because they have better developed finger muscles, better cognitive skills, and they can also understand musical concepts a lot better than younger children. Because after all, there is some form of math that is involved in learning music as well. The first thing you want to focus on is to have consistency and a fixed schedule. Let's be frank. As an adult, you have work commitments, you have family commitments, you have social commitments. However, how much do you want to be good at playing the piano or the keyboard? In my experience, the best results for busy adults comes from 20 minutes of practice 4 times a week. So this will not work if you squish all your 20 minutes of practice time into a single 80 minutes just before your lessons start. You are not going to get the results that you want. So what I would recommend is that you have a look at the calendar function in your phone and find pockets of time in your phone where you can set an alarm to sit down and practice. And when you're sitting down to practice, you want to make sure that you set a timer on your phone for 20 minutes so that you ensure that you get the full length of time that you have committed to practicing on your piano. So if you're not sure what to practice in your 20-minute session, I have left a link in the description for an app that you can download. This app will guide you through the different fundamentals of playing on the piano and keyboard, including how to read music, how to learn about timing, how to coordinate your left and your right hand, as well as how to form chords that you can play with. There will also be songs in there of varying difficulty that you can practice with. Don't get fixated on learning tunes. You want to focus more on learning skills rather than just songs or pieces. Tunes come and go, but your skills will stay with you for life. I would recommend that you practice your scales, your arpeggios, and be familiar with all the major and minor keys. And I have a book which I use with all of my students, and I'm gonna leave a link in the description. And that book will have all the exercises, the scales, and arpeggios so that you can be comfortable on the piano. And of course, don't forget to use a metronome when you're practicing these scales and arpeggios because you want to be really objective in getting your notes correct and at the correct timing as well. Don't just look at books that are just written for adult learners. In fact, this whole thing about children's learning book and adult piano books are really just a marketing differentiation exercise. So one of the better books that I use with my students is this book by Alfred. It is the Premier Piano Express course, and it covers lesson, theory, technique, as well as performance in an all-in-one accelerated course. This book is neither targeted for kids, neither is it targeted for adults, but it just works as an all-rounder for someone who may not have access to a teacher. This book really just covers all the grounds, and I have left a link in the description and you can check it out and get for yourself 4 books from this series and you can start your learning journey from here. One of the features in this book that I really like is that it comes with downloadable backing tracks on MP3, orchestrated accompaniment that will just liven up your playing and make your playing just that one notch more enjoyable. After all, what is learning if you are not enjoying it? Having a piano or a keyboard that is readily accessible, very convenient for you to sit down and practice is really key to how you can improve really fast. So I find that in my own experience, when I have students who have a piano in their bedroom just beside their bed and they make sure they get 20 minutes worth of practice before they hit the bed or 20 minutes when they get up before they head out for work, these students get the best results because there's absolutely no friction at all for them to sit down and do their 20 minutes worth of practice 4 times a week. You also want to try to make sure that you have a piano which has a headphone jack and you can practice with headphones on. This allows you to cut out all distractions from your phone as well as from people moving around in your home. I have done quite a few reviews of digital pianos as well as keyboards that has a headphone jack, and you can check them out in the description below and to see if there's anyone in those lists which you might want to pick up if you haven't got a piano yourself. Having a clear objective is important in you reaching your goal of becoming good on the piano. I remember as a teenager, I was really just not very good on the piano. I was just muddling through. However, the real turnaround was this. I was told by my pastor that our regular pianist who plays in my church will be going overseas for further studies, and being from a small church, they simply didn't have anyone else who could play the piano and provide accompaniment for the church service. I was selected because I had some musical background. I wasn't very good at it, but I did have some music background. The turning point was this: because I had to play in front of a group of few hundred people in the congregation, I had to make sure that I got good really quickly. And because now I have an objective, I have a goal, I have an aim, I really put in a lot of hours to try to get really good at playing the piano, knowing all the chords that I need just before my regular church pianist left for overseas education. So this is what I would recommend that you do. Have an aim in your musical journey. You might want to eventually perform for your church Christmas party, or for example, play in your church cell group. You may also want to consider signing up for an open mic session eventually in one of your community halls near your home. But one of the clearest and most structured way of reaching a progressive stage in your learning process is try and target to sign up for assessment tests. And in this assessment test, you have a professional examiner who would then objectively tell you if you have reached a certain level of proficiency. Not only does this give you a very clear learning path, it also gives you a step-by-step objective to reaching a level of being a very good piano player. If you found this video useful, make sure you leave a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. Let me know in the comments below what hurdles and what kind of problems are you encountering in your learning journey, and we can discuss this further in the comment section. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe as well as smash the bell icon, and you can get notified of any new videos that I upload. Have a good one and keep making music. I'll see you soon.